I just love my coffee. Hello, we're back here on the Ultra Hardcore world, and I hope you guys are ready. I know I am. I've got all my supplies here to build the zombie XP farm, and I've got some stuff to make another gold apple in my inventory, because I've had all the supplies, I just need to make it and eat it now, because I have the exact amount to get full health again, so hopefully the freaking chickens aren't too loud. I'm gonna have to kill them soon. I'll go over to a quiet place over here to eat this. Eating freaking peace. Back to full health. Doesn't seem to last long though, does it? Yeah, just by waiting around and leaving it AFK for a little bit and letting my reeds grow, I was able to finish this up real quick. I only had a few left last time, so just had to add a few more, and yeah, this is all done now, so we can get our level 50 enchantments if we want to. Takes a while to get, and we obviously need the XP first. So yeah, that's about all. That's about all that's changed. I just need to build the XP farm now, so make sure all is well outside. It's nighttime. Everything seems well. I think I am going to, after I build this zombie farm, I am going to build a tree farm. And not a normal tree farm. I'm going to build one similar to Exumavoid's apple and sapling farm, and it's because I don't need lots of wood. What I really need it for is the apples. And get out of here. Seeing his apple and sapling farm, I was just like, damn, that's exactly what I need for Ultra Hardcore, you know? Just an apple farm, could you imagine? Then you just need to somehow get a gold farm, and you're set. Where was this place again? I think it was up here. Yeah. Okay. Well, right now is really the first step I'm gonna take actually in building this zombie XP farm, and it's going to be making an infinite spring of water, and that's the first thing you gotta do. Well, you don't have to do it in that order, but yeah. I realized though that I don't have everything I need for the normal design I usually do. I usually use vines and buttons to get a more consistent death rate, but this isn't going to be the most consistent, but it'll still work really well. I just don't know where a jungle is, and I'd rather just get this over with rather than spending a lot of time trying to find a jungle. If you watch my skeleton XP farm tutorial, you'll know this, but you need on the sides F1 and F2. You need to clear 4 blocks away from the spawner, and F3 and 0, 3 blocks away from the spawner, and then 2 air spaces above and 2 air spaces below the spawner as well. So this is F1 and F2, so we're going to start with those sides, and I'm going to make sure there's 4 away. So this is only 3 away, but since the skeleton seems to be over there, I'm going to start with this side. It's not absolutely needed in this, but I figure if I want to be safe and do everything the safest way possible, then I'm going to need some enchanted armor and maybe some enchanted weapons as well. Also, 2 blocks on top of here have to be free, and then it's the roof, so we can fill this in as well. We don't need the roof as high as it is. This is how usually dungeons are. They're usually 1 too high, or not too high, but higher than they need to be. The one thing you want to be really careful of especially when you're in ultra hardcore mode, is make sure you if you break a torch that's in your that's in the dungeon that you took over, then replace it right away, because you don't want to have to deal with the mobs, obviously. So 1, 2, 3, and yeah, I guess I didn't really mention first step of this properly. First step should be taking over the zombie dungeon. I guess I just kind of thought that was obvious, but yeah, that's first step. Take over the zombie dungeon, and you can stop the spawning by making sure there's a light level of, I think it's eight or higher or something in every space. I think it's 8 or higher. I know I said it in my tutorial. So we've got 4 on this side, 4 on this side, 3 and 3. And then we've got 2 spaces above. We just need to finish filling in that roof, but we need some more blocks first. So now we have to lower the floor. And I also forgot to mention, you can fill in the spaces right directly, the 2 air spaces directly above the spawner, because you don't want them to fall or to spawn on the spawner, because then they won't go into your water stream right away and they'll just clog it up. So you want all the ones that do spawn to spawn in the pad, because we're going to have a water flow that pushes them to where we want to bring them. So before I take out this floor that has all these torches on it, I'm going to replace some torches all around here, because I really don't want to get ambushed. So now it's probably safe to take out the floor. I could do this as well. Yeah, all around the center. What you gonna do now, zombies? So the room is 8 by 8, and this just allows for maximum spawning, and especially in the way that we did it with the directional values, the F values. That just allows for the maximum space where they can spawn in to be available, and it also allows so we can have a good water flow to push them properly. There's probably a lot of videos of people doing these XP farms, but I know I've already had one tutorial of making one, but I don't know how many people do them in ultra hardcore mode. I know a few do. I actually haven't seen an XP farm done in ultra hardcore mode. I've seen mob farming. I think it was BOO who I've seen make a skeleton mob farm just for arrows. And honestly, that's what I'd probably do too if I found a skeleton dungeon. I wouldn't use it for XP, just for arrows, because you need arrows so bad in this, and it's so annoying to have to get them from chickens and gravel. So I think we should be okay. We got torches all around, and one's in the middle. If you check our light level, our RL value, I just pointed at the screen, but obviously can't see that. But if you check our RL value, it shouldn't, as long as it's above 8, I believe it is. I might be mistaken, but I think it's above 8, then we're good. And as you can see, no mobs are spawning, so perfect. On to the next step. So once you find the side that's F equals 0, then you can start to place your first water down. Actually, before we place the water down, you're going to go to the side opposite from F equals 0, which is F equals 2, and you're going to take out these 3 blocks right in front of you. So the one at your head, the one at your feet, and the one right below your feet, all on this wall. So it's extending this this room by 1 and just adding like a little trench there. The water's going to actually stop right at this ledge, and then we're going to be able to place another water stream coming from the direction 1. We're going to have a water stream right in this trench that pushes them towards the direction 3. Before we get into the water, on the side F3, where in this corner of this trench here, just dig the 2 blocks in front of you and 1 below again. So I have this little pathway here. I'm just going to block that off. Get these out of here. Like so. So just dig the 3 blocks just the same at the end, right at the end of this trench here, and then we're gonna dig some more. So dig out one more 3-block area. Actually, this one can be just the 2 blocks there. And so we need water to push them. So there's gonna be a water stream here pushing this way, and we need to go 1, and then we'll raise them up in this hole right here. So now at the very end of this little mini trench we just created at the end here, we can place a sign on the ground, and then towards the direction of the dungeon we can go 1 up diagonally from that sign and place another sign. And so that way when we place water here, it will just stay here and not interfere with the water that's pushing from this block right here. So, and that is where our elevator is going to be going up, just right up this way. Next you have to figure out where you want them to drop. But so to figure that out, you're going to be dropping them 23 or 24, actually 23 blocks. So but you want the floor to be 24 blocks. So basically you need to bring them up 24 blocks above the level that you want to be killing them at. So I don't really care personally what level I'm killing them at, so I am going to just build this up a minimum amount, and I'm just going to bring this up 18 blocks and then drop them down 24. So it's going to be a little bit lower than this, but it doesn't really matter for what I'm doing. I just want it to be the fastest possible, so that's my plan. So this is at y equals 12, so 18 plus that is 30. Y equals 30. So I'm going to bring this mob elevator up to y equals 30, and then I'm going to drop them down from there to y equals, well, they're going to land at y equals 7, but I'll be standing at y equals 6. So yeah, next thing you do is just start digging up and placing your water here. This is just a quick access point. I'm going to be filling this in later. Don't pay attention to it too much. Yeah. So I've got 4 buckets, but you can do this with 2 buckets as long as you have an infinite stream. So yeah, so let's start going up. Place our first water right here in between those 2 signs. And I like to break this block right here. Etho taught me that one. I don't know if it actually makes a difference, but you really get like sucked into that wall no matter what if you touch this water. So it's really hard for me to fight against the current here and get out. So I just like that effect. So now we can start going upwards and digging upwards at the same time. So just keep placing water in every source block all the way up to where you want to go. And also, well, that torch doesn't do much, does it? Also, depending on how high you're bringing them up, it's just you just need to place a sign for sure every 12 blocks, or else the mobs will take damage from drowning, from not being able to breathe underwater. So every 12 blocks for sure you need a sign, just so they have 1 block of airspace to breathe in. And I'm only doing mine up 18 blocks, so I can place my sign anywhere between 9 and 12 blocks. So it really doesn't matter for me where I place it. But if you're building, say, if you're bringing them, oh my god, would you look at that? That is so hot. That's so hot. I just got really hot from looking at that. Oh my god. So I'm gonna keep my level up here, and so I want to go up to level 30, like I said. So I'll see you when I get up to level 30. So I decided to show when I place the sign down. So I'm at about 10 blocks up from where I started right now, and that's about halfway from where I'm going. It's a little more than halfway actually. So I'm going to place this sign right here done, and then I can place water above it like so, and then they have, if you see here, there's no bubbles bubbles thing at my bottom screen, so that means I'm getting a breath of air on the way up. So that's just so the mobs will not take any damage on the way up. And I'll continue and be back when I'm at the top.